All right. And right, and we go across to you now, Shamla, because you have some guests in studio already, and we're always so excited for what you bring to us because you are one of our shining stars here, and you do such good work. And I'm very excited to know what is going to happen right
Today's topic will be very interesting. Morning, Carrie.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unique, Not Different with me, Shamla Maharaj. And with me, I have today Michaeline Hussein. She's lead attendant at JTA Supermarket. And I have Crystal Mohammed, assistant manager of JTA Supermarket. And today what I'm going to talk about is employment, diversity, and persons with disability. So before I begin, I remember one of my friends calling me and saying, Shamla, I remember going to the supermarket and someone actually was giving me a sign. And I was taken aback because you usually don't see persons with disability in the workplace like this. And I was like, okay, it was a tedious task getting them here, but I have them. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
And I will start with Michaeline. Michaeline, how has JTA or being employed in JTA empowered you towards your goal and independence?
I am happy and proud to be working because it helps me with my independence. Working has made me independent. It helps me to save, have an account, because I love to travel. I don't have to begging. Thank God that he allowed me to be working.
Wow. And Crystal,
Yes.
I will toss it over to you. How long have you been, you guys have, engaged in employing persons with disability?
Well, the recruitment started in the year 2004, and it started in the Marabella branch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what, in terms of inclusivity and diversity within your workplace, in terms of work ethics for persons with disability, is it any different from your other employees?
No.
No?
No, their work ethics is all the same. They are generally, nice employees. We gauge it according to the interviews. We do a fair interview.
Right.
We don't do them any favors. We are members of the community, so we hire also. That's one of JTA's tradition, to hire members of the community. And with that in mind now, it's gauged fairly. And when they are employed, physically employed in the store, we have our mission, to treat the employees under fair working conditions, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of now we are seeing repressed individual who was once repressed, you don't see them mainstream. Now you would see them, talking out and they need their rights. And people within, like, let's say, your customers, your clients, you tend to attract customers now based on what you practice.
Correct.
Good. And just like how they would come to you in terms of what product you offer,
Correct.
you are attracted in terms of your practices, your corporate practices. So how important is having an inclusive policy within your corporate goals?
Well, I must say an inclusive policy is very important. And I would like to also say that JTA have a standard policy, so we don't see them as any different. We see them as one, usually together with the team. So we don't throw a blind eye to them, we don't discriminate, we have them unionized.
I think you all should take that model and package it.
Yeah.
So other persons could
Thank you.
yes, use it as as an
'Cause it's
example, because JTA is a big chain,
Establishment, yes.
profitable chain,
Yeah.
and you don't necessarily have to say, okay, well, we have to do this,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be a mandate
Yeah.
that
Or
you
it's
don't
standard.
discriminate. Right,
Correct, yeah.
exactly. So in terms of, like, for example, being mainstreamed, right? And in terms of fair wage and so on,
Yes.
what are your thoughts about that?
Well, honestly, my thoughts about it is that, they work for their pay. They get the same pay as the rest of the employees, and they feel welcome.
Yeah.
Right? And a sense of belonging, and that's what we want to give back to each employee, not only Michaeline or the other, hearing impaired that I have employed with us. So we want them to feel a sense of belonging.
Michaeline, prior to being employed at JTA, how tough was it to get a job?
Before I started, I went to Cascade School for the Deaf. After I went to Southeast Port of Spain after doing common entrance. And I had some training with beauty culture and computer technology. At Cascade School, I did an OJT program, and also at G4S Security, I did office procedure. And then when my contract finished, I sent out more resumes, and again waited. I just asked her how she got in contact with JTA. Right? The waiting for reply of her resume, she was sad, but she liked to keep busy. Right? So that period between waiting on an answer to her resume was a sad period for her.
What prompted you guys to start employing, a diverse workforce?
Pardon me?
What prompted you guys to start employing? Because we often see corporate individuals get towards more charity events, towards vulnerable groups with disability, and not necessarily engaging more proactively in hiring and empowering these individuals. So what prompted you to start?
I must believe it's the background that JTA carries, the traditional background of, not discriminating at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Michaeline, back to you. I see that you came decorated with your silver medals. You represented us at the Special Olympics. How was that experience, and how proud are you in terms of, representing your country and coming in with medals?
I feel good. I enjoyed myself. The experience was good. I learned about different games. The experience for me was good. I'm happy to represent Trinidad and Tobago.
And how you feel having an employee represent?
I'm very proud of her.
Yes,
very,
because
very
I remember
yes.
seeing on social media you guys were so, you guys made sure and say, this is our employee.
Yes.
And it felt so good. And, to close up with you, what would you like to tell not only local TNT, but the world in terms of having a diverse workforce and, having an inclusive team?
So my advice that I would like to give, that other companies follow in the footsteps of JTA. I mean, they are excellent employees, I must say. They work well without supervision. They could carry on tasks that, probably the normal employees can't even carry on. And they are there for our customers who are also visually impaired or hearing impaired, so they can help them and assist. So my advice to the public is that, don't discriminate. Give them a chance, right? You wouldn't be, unless it's like a certain area that they cannot work in for sure, that needs alarms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's understanding, but my advice is to give in.
I have one more question.
Yes, dear.
In terms of accommodation, because people think because you hire someone with a disability and so on. In terms of accommodation, do you have any special accommodation for these individuals?
No.
Exactly.
It's standard.
Exactly.
It's standard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We adapt and we manipulate things as with us.
And they are being trained and
Right.
guided accordingly.
Right.
Yeah.
And for Michaeline, what would you say to corporate TNT that would look at your disability before your competency?
I want to thank the OJT department, G4S, JTA, for the opportunity for working and serving with them. They did not see my deafness. First, they asked me at the interview, can you? And yes, I always keep busy, right? And always keep positive. Right? Give corporate TNT, give us the opportunity. Don't look at our disability. Look at what we can do to help. Right? Give us that opportunity to keep busy and to contribute positively to society. We want to help also. Also here at JTA, we want to thank them for employing me.
And with that being said, I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys for coming out and educating the public. And as you said prior to our interview, this is the first time you guys are talking out about this. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming on my segment and coming on TTT and displaying. And I really hope that people take part and acknowledge what you guys are doing. Yes. And with that being said, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in on this week's Unique Not Different. I'm Shamla. Until next week, be good, do good.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.